open up the flashlights of their mobile phones and shine the light of development all over the country. And let's now bring you up to speed with all the latest updates as well in terms of our headlines. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi witnesses a demo of agriculture drones by Namo Drone Didis as part of a women's empowerment drive. Says women are capable of leading the 21st century's tech revolution. Prime Minister Modi also unveils and initiates 114 national highway projects spread across the country, including the inauguration of the Haryana section of the landmark Dwarka Expressway. India's Supreme Court directs the State Bank of India to share all details of electoral bonds with the Election Commission of India by Tuesday. Ramadan truce in Gaza eludes negotiators in Cairo. President Joe Biden says the US will continue to work non-stop towards establishing a 6-week ceasefire in exchange for hostages. And Oppenheimer creates a big bang at the Oscars, winning 7 of its 13 nominations, including Best Film, Best Director, Best Actor and Supporting Actor. Emma Stone stems the Oppie tide, bagging Best Actress for Poor Things. In a program marking a significant boost for women's empowerment, India's Prime Minister Modi attended the Sashakt Nari Viksit Bharat program at the Indian Agricultural Research Institute in Delhi. Among the highlights of the program was a demonstration of agriculture drones being flown across India by Namo Drone Didis. Now, under the program, financial support worth $1.2 billion will also be given to self-help groups either as bank loans or through capitalization support fund. And the PM also presented certificates of appreciation during the program to Lakhpati Didis, which means financially independent and secure sisters. The PM also handed over the drones to 1,000 Namo Drone Didis. He said on the occasion that women are achieving milestones in every field, including the IT sector and fields of science. The Prime Minister said that India has the highest number of female commercial pilots in the world. He added that women are capable of leading the technological revolution of the 21st century. Also addressing the program, the PM said that any society can move forward only by creating new opportunities for women's empowerment.
कोई भी समाज हो, वो नारी शक्ति की गरिमा बढ़ाते हुए उनके लिए नए अवसर बनाते हुए ही आगे बढ़ सकता है। लेकिन दुर्भाग्य से देश में पहले जो सरकारें रही, उनके लिए आप सभी महिलाओं का जीवन, आपकी मुश्किलें कभी प्राथमिकताएं नहीं रही और आपको आपके नसीब पर छोड़ दिया। मेरा अनुभव यह है कि अगर हमारी माताओं बहनों को थोड़ा अगर अवसर मिल जाए, थोड़ा उनको सहारा मिल जाए, तो फिर उनको सहारे की जरूरत नहीं रहती है, वे खुद लोगों का सहारा बन जाती है।
Now, to further boost the bilateral ties with Mauritius, India's President Draupadi Murmu has embarked on a 3-day state visit to Mauritius. During her visit, the President will be chief guest at the National Day celebrations of Mauritius on the 12th of March. She will also hold talks with top leadership of the country. President Murmu and Mauritius Prime Minister Jugnauth will jointly inaugurate 14 India-assisted projects. President Murmu will also witness exchange of important bilateral agreements that seek to further strengthen the robust bilateral institutional collaboration and capacity building cooperation between the two countries. Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Affairs Minister of New Zealand, Winston Peters, is on an official 4-day visit to India at the invitation of External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar. The External Affairs Minister and Deputy Prime Minister Peters are scheduled to hold a bilateral meeting on the 12th of March, that's on Tuesday, during which the entire gamut of India-New Zealand bilateral relationship is expected to be discussed. The minister will also meet with other dignitaries during his visit. The Supreme Court of India on Monday dismissed the State Bank of India's plea seeking extension till the 30th of June to furnish details with relation to electoral bonds. The court has ordered the SBI to hand over all the information to the Election Commission of India by the 12th of March, which is Tuesday, which will be uploaded on its website by the 15th of March this year. Also, on the contempt petition filed by the petitioner ADR, the court told SBI that if it disobeys the orders in future, the court will initiate contempt proceedings against its chairperson. So far, 22,217 bonds were purchased between the 12th of April 2019 and the 15th of February 2024, which means a total of more than 44,000 documents are yet to be matched. On the 15th of February, the Apex Court had declared the electoral bond scheme unconstitutional and ordered the SBI to submit it to the Election Commission by the 6th of March, all the names of the persons who had purchased the bonds so far, the amounts of the bonds and the information about the party in cashing the bonds. As China has continuously stepped up its military activities near Taiwan with almost daily incursions into the island's airspace, Taiwan's top security official has said that by conducting frequent patrols near the island, China forces have been trying to normalize the drills near the island.
I think there is a trend of China trying to slowly normalize their various military actions to exert pressure against Taiwan, in particular the so-called Joint Combat Readiness Patrols. At present, on average, there is one Joint Combat Readiness Patrol in about 7 to 10 days. There are normally about 10 Chinese military aircraft, fighter jets, or special mission aircraft that operate in the airspace around the Taiwan Strait, and 3 or 4 Chinese warships to accompany the operations in the vicinity. It's a trend towards normalization.
Now, the latest round of Gaza ceasefire negotiations stalled last week in Egypt's Cairo, where leaving Israel, the Hamas and the mediators were present. Talks reached a deadlock as Hamas did not accept a 6-week ceasefire agreement proposed by the mediators. Egypt, as a mediator, however, contacted senior Hamas officials and Israeli figures on Sunday to continue promoting ceasefire negotiations. However, both remained far apart on key issues such as the definition and duration of a ceasefire, as well as how to release detainees. Meanwhile, US President, in a press statement for Ramadan, said the US will continue working towards a 6-week ceasefire between Hamas and Israel as part of the release of Israeli hostages, stressing the need for a two-state solution with equal measures of freedom, dignity, security and prosperity for both parties. Joe Biden also added that the United States will continue to lead international efforts to get more humanitarian assistance into Gaza by land, air and sea, noting that the US, along with international partners, has been carrying out aid airdrops. He said the US will continue to work with Israel to expand deliveries to affected areas. As Ramadan begins in West Asia, Israel said it will allow same number of worshippers into Jerusalem's AlAqsa mosque at the start of Ramadan as previous years.
This Ramadan, let the reasonable public prevail. Don't lend a hand to extremists. So today we reiterate that this year and every year, Israel will strongly safeguard the freedom of religion for all faiths at all sites in Israel, especially the Temple Mount and AlAqsa. To those that say no worshippers are being allowed access to AlAqsa for prayers, they are wrong. The entrance of worshippers to the Temple Mount will be permitted in similar numbers to previous years.
A painting of the earlier 20th century British Foreign Minister Arthur Balfour was defaced by a pro-Palestinian activist at Cambridge University's Trinity College in the UK. The artist was a member of protest group Palestine Action. The group said that Balfour's 1917 declaration was the reason the Palestinians had lost their homeland to Israel. UK's Prime Minister Rishi Sunak has called for tougher policing to protest tougher policing of protests, in light of an increase in hate speech. Cambridge's Trinity College said it regretted the damage and that support was available for college members. In the latest from the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Russian forces have claimed advancements on the battlefield, consolidating their positions in various directions. Over the past 24 hours, they have reported improvements in Kupiansk and strategic gains near Donetsk and Avdiivka. Additionally, they have targeted and destroyed several Ukrainian military assets, including UAV control points, fuel and ammunition depots, as well as intercepting 3 HIMARS missiles. However, Ukraine has not remained passive, launching attacks on Russian air defense systems and electronic warfare platforms. The General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine reported engaging in 53 combat engagements with Russian forces and striking concentration sites of Russian military personnel and equipment. Residents in Russian-controlled Donetsk People's Republic are taking part in the early voting in the presidential elections. It's the first time that the separatist territory will be choosing a president of the Russian Federation. With only 4 candidates on the ballot, President Vladimir Putin is expected to secure another 6-year term. Dasha Chernyshova is in Moscow with more.
Early voting in Russia's presidential election is now underway in the Donetsk People's Republic. According to local authorities, it is possible to vote not only in certain areas near the contact line that started on the 25th of February, but also at home, with mobile teams now coming to people's houses to give them a chance to cast a ballot. Starting the 15th of March, the region will open regular polling stations. In the Kherson region, voting is taking place both with mobile teams and at polling stations. In the Zaporizhia region, military personnel vote near the contact line. In the border region of Belgrade, early voting has also begun for security concerns. Elsewhere in Russia, tens of thousands of voters live in hard-to-reach and remote areas. That's why early voting is needed to give election organizers time to reach those remote villages and islands. Russians living outside the country will also have a chance to cast a ballot. Voting was arranged in 51 countries. Pollsters forecast turnout in this year's presidential election to be around 80%. Dasha Chernyshova in Moscow, reporting for DD India.
Portugal's centre-right Democratic Alliance has won Sunday's general elections. Its leader, Luís Montenegro, has said, though it was unclear if he could govern without the support from far-right Chega, with whom he again refused to negotiate. Chega's parliamentary representation more than quadrupled to at least 48 lawmakers in the 230-seat legislature, giving the combined right a majority. The International Atomic Energy Agency, that's the IAEA's chief, Rafael Grossi, will be visiting the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear power plant during his trip to Japan this week. Grossi is expected to check on the current situation after authorities began releasing treated radioactive water into the ocean in August last year. And closer to home in Pakistan, hundreds of protesters took to the streets on Sunday, alleging rigging in the 8th of February general elections. The protesters, mostly supporting former Prime Minister Imran Khan, say that there was electoral fraud leading to unfair results. Voting day in Pakistan was marred by a mobile internet shutdown, arrests and violence in its build-up, along with an unusually delayed results. Imran Khan-backed candidates won 93 seats, but did not have the numbers to form a government. He and his party rejected the results of the elections, alleging rigging. Let's now get you some other updates from around the world as well. A twin-engine plane crashed near Hot Springs in the U.S. state of Virginia on Sunday. 5 people were killed in the crash. The National Transportation Safety Board and the Federal Aviation Administration are investigating the incident to determine the flight path and identity of the victims. 5 cross-country skiers who went missing during a ski tour in Switzerland were found dead on Sunday. Police on Monday said that the search is still on for the 6th skier. The skiers went missing around the Tate Blanche mountain on Saturday. 5 of the skiers belonged to one family. Military and public health doctors are being dispatched to civilian hospitals in South Korea starting Monday. This follows the prolonged medical vacuum caused by the walkout of trainee doctors in South Korea. 20 military surgeons along with 138 public health doctors will be assigned to 20 hospitals for 4 weeks. Japan marked the 13th anniversary of the massive 2011 earthquake and tsunami that left more than 20,000 people dead or missing and triggered the Fukushima nuclear disaster. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida attended a memorial ceremony in Fukushima to pay his respects to the victims. The natural disasters and Fukushima meltdowns forced hundreds of thousands of residents to flee their homes. And still to come on DD India News Hour, we'll be talking about how tech like drones and AI are ushering in a new green revolution in India. A new theory surfaces for the disappearance of the Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 in 2014. And foreign portfolio investors for the current fiscal are set to end with record net inflows in the Indian markets.
Voice of a rising aspirational world. Stories of challenges, struggles and accomplishment. A world battling conflict, hunger and poverty. Embracing growth, development, science and technology. A voice of progress, a voice of unity. Watch Voice of the Global South with me, Akshay Dongre, only on DD India.
India that invents. India that innovates. India that excites. India that invites. Land of possibilities. Teeming with opportunities. Watch India Ideas each Thursday 8 p.m. only on DD India. Welcome back. You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Gautam Roy. Before we go any further, another look at our top stories. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi witnesses a demo of agriculture drones by Namo Drone Didis as part of a women's empowerment drive. Says women are capable of leading 21st century tech revolution. India's Supreme Court directs the State Bank of India to share all details of electoral bonds with the Election Commission of India by Tuesday. And Oppenheimer creates a big bang at the Oscars, winning 7 of its 13 nominations, including Best Film, Best Director, Best Actor and Supporting Actor. Emma Stone stems the Oppie tide, bagging Best Actress for Poor Things. Let's now take you back to one of our top stories where we've seen witnessed with Prime Minister Modi drone Didis in action. These are women who've been empowered with the technology of drones and AI to usher in an agricultural revolution in the country, and that's what we're talking about with Anup Kumar Upadhyay, who's director and co-founder IoTech World Avigation. Good afternoon to you, Anup. I believe your company is in the field of drones, agricultural drones to be specific. Tell us about what kind of a change are these kind of drones coupled with AI ushering in as far as India's agriculture is concerned?
Good afternoon. Thanks for giving me an opportunity to talk to you. It is very beneficial for women empowerment in rural India specifically. equipped, drone is like an aerial robot, right? It has all the advanced technology, whether it is a Google map, whether it is a GPS, it is a radar technology, and we are sending data to the cloud. And when we use AI ML to find out the analytics, so by using drone, we are empowering our women to apply or to spray optimal amount of agri inputs, so that they become more empowerment and they earn a lot. So, and the productivity of our crop is also increases multifold, because when drone is flying, it is not entering into the field, right? So the research that we have done by implementing AI ML feature, we are able to increase the yield by 15%, and that's a very big margin.
1-5.
Yes, 1-5.
That sounds great. And in terms of the kind of efficiency that brings in, do labor costs also get reduced, and overall expenses also come down?
Yes. So if you look at the labor, and most important is by using drone, we are spraying pesticides, in the crop fields, right? So pesticide is very harmful to the health of the farmer friends, right? So one of the benefit is you are not exposing your body directly to the pesticides. So there is a very big health benefit that comes to our farmer friends. Second thing is the productivity, the income, the farmer is going to get, there is no much dependency on the labor. And, when you try to implement AI ML feature, mission planning using Google Map, you are doing very precise spraying, so the overall efficiency increases a lot.
Okay, so what can we expect in terms of adaptation? How's that going? Because normally you've seen in the farming sector how farmers need to be shown what a particular technology can do, as was evident in the Green Revolution as well. But once they realize what the potential is, what kind of a transformative impact can it have on their incomes, they adapt very quickly. Is that what we're seeing in this case as well?
Yeah. So, the biggest. So, I would like to take opportunity to talk today about the Nari Shakti. Our biggest ambassador of drone technology is Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji. Today in the Nari Shakti, so drone is so intuitive. The GCS, the ground control station, using by which we use mission planning to plan how to spray in a field. It is very intuitive. Just by using software, you can easily plan using a Google Map. Even a 10th pass person, 12th pass person, even women, our Nari Shakti, they are flying the drone with a very simple use. Today, it was quite evident when Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji, he has seen 1,000 drones flying across India, and that too by only women. So you can understand where the technology has gone. So drone is an aerial robot, and look at the farmer. There's a very big gap. But the technology has brought, the AI ML feature has brought, the software has brought this gap to a very minimal. So you see today our women, they are flying the drone. How I cannot describe more than how simple the software is to fly a drone.
Yes. I believe you give training as well to drone pilots, and some of these women are those drone pilots too. So tell us about that experience. Was it seamless, or did they initially hesitate? How good were they at taking this challenge on?
It's very exciting. It's very exciting. Even our Prime Minister is also very much fond of flying drone. Many times you would have seen he participates a lot in drone discussion. He wants to see drone flying, and you would have seen like he also tried to fly the drone. It's very, very intuitive, very simple. Yes, IoTech World Navigation Private Limited, our company is pioneer in agriculture drone, and we are DGC approved. We are India's first DGC approved company, and we are very much focused in agriculture drone. So when we sell a drone, we have to also train the people how to fly the drone. What are the legal norms that they need to follow in India. So it's a big process. It's a 5-day, 10 days, RPTO is there where the people have to go and then they have to understand how to fly, what are the different commands, what is the software that we use, how we are sending data to the cloud for analytics and all those things. So all this is part of training. So one training we call people in RPTO, Remote Pilot Training Organization. That is a DGC approved, it's a legal requirement. Then we also give OEM training, Also we go to their field, handhold them in their field, because sometimes what happens when people come to our office, they are not very much, the actual field, we can see actual field in the urban areas. But when we go to their field, in their rural area, because every village is different, India is full of a country of diversity, right? Every field, whether it is Rajasthan, Jammu and Kashmir, Tamil Nadu, Gujarat, So India is a very big and very diverse culture, right? So when we go to their field, we experience whether there is a tree, there is an electric pole, there is a wire, and then we train our drone Didis to fly the drone in their field so that there is no fear, So we go and handle in their field also.
Wonderful. And these drone Didis, are they also trained to handle some minor issues that might crop up in a drone, some part might not be working well, although I believe that your company is into making parts for your drones as well. You're into manufacturing them completely.
Yes. So IoTech World Navigation Private Limited is a drone manufacturer company. We are also making components like motor, propeller,
and you have a service
ESC.
network as well.
Yes, we have a 30 dealer distributor service network across Pan India. When we ask our pilots to come for training, we also give them first stage of training, like how to change the propeller, how to change the nozzle, how to rinse the tank, how to update the software, how to update the firmware. So first level of training, tier 1 training we give, so that they don't have to come here, because see, agriculture spraying is a very, very small window, narrow window, right? When there is a pest attack, you have only 1 week of time. Let us say, unfortunately, if your drone is down, you cannot afford to send drone to Delhi or to Lucknow.
Yes. For example, if those locusts come in, the Tidda attack comes in, there won't be time.
Yeah, there is exactly, absolutely right. You have only very narrow window of 2-3 days where you have to go and spray the pesticide. Otherwise, they will spread like anything, So if imagine a situation due to some reason, if the drone is down and they send us, it's very difficult. So what we teach them is we have something called OTA, on the air update also. We take people, see nowadays internet is there, WhatsApp is there, we can do WhatsApp chat, we can call them, we can remote login, to diagnose the issue. If there is a propeller, we have service center across Pan India. If they require a propeller, they can directly go and purchase from those nearby service center. So we have a very good network of after-sale support maintenance network.
Great. Sounds great, and let's hope that this does usher in a new green revolution in the country, which is direly needed. Thanks a lot for joining us for the moment, Anu.
Definitely it is. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Namaskar.
Namaskar. Now, British aviation expert Simon Hardy has said that the mysterious disappearance of Malaysian Airlines flight MH370 in 2014 could have been a mass murder plan by the pilot of the aircraft. Hardy claims that the pilot, Captain Zahari Ahmed Shah, had ditched the plane into the sea, entombed it and the 239 passengers at the bottom of the ocean. Hardy's theory is based on various clues, including requests for additional fuel and oxygen for the cockpit before the flight's departure. Hardy was part of an official search for Boeing 777, which disappeared over the South China Sea on the 8th of March in 2014. These claims haven't been verified, and the investigation was called off in 2017. The family of the deceased pilot has denied the theory. Foreign portfolio investments for the fiscal year 2024 are set to end with record net inflows in the Indian market. Net investments are close to $1.4 billion in the first week of March. After 2 years of net outflows, inflows this fiscal have crossed $36.6 billion and are set for a record close if the momentum holds up for the rest of the month. The previous high was in FY21 when FPIs injected $36.2 billion into the Indian markets. Now, India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also witness a synergized demonstration of indigenous defence capabilities in the form of a tri-services live fire and manoeuvre exercise at Pokhran in the state of Rajasthan on Tuesday. The exercise, Bharat Shakti, will have on display an array of indigenous weapon systems and platforms as a demonstration of the prowess of the country premised on the nation's Atmanirbhar Bharat initiative. It will simulate realistic, synergized, multi-domain operations displaying integrated operational capabilities of the Indian Armed Forces to counter threats across land, air, sea, cyber and space domains. Let's now get to some more updates from around the country. On the occasion of the 134th Foundation Day of the National Archives, Union Minister of State for Culture Arjun Rammwal inaugurated the Subhash Abhinandan Digital Exhibition in New Delhi. He said that under the leadership of Prime Minister Modi, while on one hand the country is continuously moving on the path of development, on the other it's also preserving its common heritage. Chief Minister of India's northeastern state of Manipur launched a helicopter service for Ukhrul Imphal route. The air route connectivity between Imphal and Ukhrul will serve as a convenient means of travel and transportation while boosting commercial activities between the two districts. Trichy Customs Preventive in the Indian state of Tamil Nadu seized 100 kilograms of hashish worth $13.3 million and 876 kilograms of ganja worth $120,000 at Mimisal. The goods were seized under the provisions of Narcotics, Drugs and Psychotropic Substances Act 1985 and Customs Act. Further investigations are underway. And still to come on DD India News Hour. Oppenheimer scores 7 trophies, Poor Things bags 4 at the 96th Oscars. Liverpool, Manchester City play a draw at Anfield as Arsenal remain on top. And defending champion Carlos Alcaraz books his spot in the India Wells Open last 16.
In a world that never stops, where information shapes our reality, one app stands out, helps you stay ahead of time. Introducing the DD India app, your gateway to a world of news right at your fingertips. Your most trusted source of news goes global, goes digital. Explore a world of options, top stories, live updates, in-depth analysis, and more. Stay informed wherever you are. Real-time alerts keep you ahead of the curve always. The DD India app, connecting you to the world one story at a time. Download now and explore the world of knowledge, insights, and authentic information. Wherever news breaks, whatever it takes.
Connecting corners, cutting across continents.
Stories that matter from across the globe.
Accurate, authentic journalism that serves you right. From politics to glamour, from sports to world affairs, with a fusion of aesthetics and substance. Introducing news in a new avatar. Experience the world through a new lens. Stay tuned to DD India for an exciting journey beyond borders.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Gautam Roy. Now, the unemployment rate in Canada has ticked up 0.1% to 5.8% as the population growth continues to outpace employment growth in the country. The crescent moon signaled the start of Ramadan and was sighted in Saudi Arabia on Sunday, prompting a Monday start to the holy month for much of West Asia. Qatar and the UAE have also confirmed that they will begin observing Ramadan from the 11th of March. As one of Islam's holiest months, Ramadan is a time for Muslims to practice fasting, prayer and charity. It's a period of spiritual reflection and self-discipline. So, the month of Ramadan is beginning now, and United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres has sent his message, that is Ramadan message, on the eve of the Muslim holy fasting month. The UN chief has called the month of Ramadan a beacon of hope and a reminder of humanity.
Resilience and generosity. It is a period of reflection and prayer, an opportunity to come together and uplift each other. Sadly, many will mark these months while facing conflict, displacement and fear. In these trying times, the spirit of Ramadan is a beacon of hope, a reminder of our shared humanity. Let us all be inspired to heal divisions, to support those in need, and to work as one for the safety and dignity of every member of the human family. May these holy months bring peace and guide us towards a more just and compassionate world.
Several leading news agencies removed the first official photo released post-surgery of Britain's Princess Kate Middleton from their services on Sunday amid doubts that the image had been manipulated. Leading picture agencies distributed news photographs prohibit the publication of images that have been overly edited. Kate has been absent from public royal life since Christmas Day, sparking rumours and speculation on social media about the health of the princess. Kensington Palace said at the time of her surgery that Kate was unlikely to return to official duties until after Easter, which falls at the end of this month. The 96th Academy Awards concluded with Oppenheimer bagging top honours including Best Picture, Director, Actor and Supporting Actor. Poor Things came up as runners-up with 4 wins. Take a look at the major winners in our detailed report.
The biggest names in Hollywood gathered at the 96th Academy Awards in Los Angeles' Dolby Theatre to honor a year filled with cinematic brilliance and atomic energy. Aligning with critics' predictions through the season, Oppenheimer notched a total of 7 Oscars out of its 13 nominations, including for Best Film, Best Director for Christopher Nolan, Best Supporting Actor for Robert Downey Jr., and Best Actor in a Leading Role for Cillian Murphy.
Thank you to the Academy, Chris Nolan and Emma Thomas. It's been the wildest, most exhilarating, most creatively satisfying journey you've taken me on over the last 20 years. I owe you more than I can say. We made a film about the man who created the atomic bomb, and for better or for worse, we're all living in Oppenheimer's world, so I would really like to dedicate this to the peacemakers everywhere.
Greek filmmaker Yorgos Lanthimos' dark comedy Poor Things, starring Emma Stone, took 4 awards including for Best Actress in a Leading Role. Stone took her second career Oscar for her role as Bella Baxter.
I am so deeply honored to share this with every cast member, with every crew member, with every single person who poured their love and their care and their brilliance into the making of this film. And Yorgo, thank you for the gift of a lifetime in Bella Baxter. I am forever thankful for you. Thank you for inviting all of us to be members of this team. Thank you.
Billie Eilish and Phineas's What Was I Made For won Best Original Song, the only win for film Barbie out of its 8 nominations. Actress Divine Joy Randolph won Best Supporting Actress for The Holdovers. Historical drama The Zone of Interest won Best International Feature Film. The Boy and the Heron won Best Animated Feature Film, earning creator Hayao Miyazaki his second Oscar. Hosted by Jimmy Kimmel for the 2nd year in a row and 4th overall, the ceremony culminates the Hollywood awards season and a tumultuous year for the film industry muddled with strikes and protests. But as has been said, the show must go on, and the Academy did just that. Akriti Bhandari for DD India.
And with all that razzle-dazzle, we have some sporting updates for you as well with Deepika.
Thanks and good afternoon, Gautam. First, let's get our viewers a quick update on boxing as the Olympic qualifiers are going on. So, World Championship bronze medalist India's Nishant Dev moved within the touching distance of a Paris Olympic quota after he registered a dominating victory over Christian of Greece to enter the 71 kg quarterfinals of the first World Olympic boxing qualifier in Italy. The 23 years old, who won the featherweight bronze at the World Championship last year, continued his rich vein of form as he outpunched Kyrgios by a 5-0 unanimous decision in the pre-quarterfinals round. Now, with the qualifying tournament offering 4 quota places in the men's 71 kg, Dev needs to win his quarterfinal to seal his passage for Paris Olympics and earn the 5th Olympic quota for Team India and the first in men's category of boxing as well. However, Dev, who's vying to compete in his debut Olympics, will have his task cut out as he faces a tough opponent in 2021 World Championship silver medalist Omri Jones of the USA in the last 8 round on Monday. On to tennis now. World number 1 Iga Swiatek eased into the Indian Wells Open last 16 round with a dominating straight sets victory over Linda Noskova. She made to save 3 break points to avoid her Czech opponent going by 5-2 up in the opening round. Swiatek found her groove before wrapping up at 6-4, 6-0. Now, Aryna Sabalenka, on the other hand, saved 4 match points in the third set and needed 4 match points of her own in the deciding set tiebreak to overcome American Peyton Stearns by 6-7, 6-2 and 7-6 in a thrilling second round clash. Now, Stearns was on the brink of the biggest victory of her career when she led the reigning 2-time Australian Open champion in the third set. But at the end, Sabalenka prevailed. On to soccer fields. Alexis McAllister fired home a second-half penalty as Liverpool salvaged a point against Manchester City in a breathless 1-1 Premier League blockbuster at Anfield on Sunday night that left Arsenal at top of the table. Now, Liverpool is second but level on 64 points with the Gunners, with 10 games remaining of a thrilling 3-way title race. Older City, which is unbeaten at 21 across all competitions, is third on 63. On the other hand, Arsenal climbed top with their 2-1 victory against Brentford on Saturday. City looked poised to hand manager Pep Guardiola his second victory in 9 trips to the cauldron of Anfield, but it was not to be. McAllister slotted home from the penalty spot past Ederson in the 50th minute after the keeper had sent Darwin Núñez flying through the air with a rash challenge in the box. Buoyed by the goal, Liverpool kept pressing and had numerous near misses. Now, City's Jeremy Doku hit the post against the run of play as both the sides had to settle for the second draw this season between the two Titans. On to tennis. Defending champion Carlos Alcaraz booked his spot in the Indian Wells Open last 16 round following a straight sets victory against Canadian 31st seed Felix Auger. The world number 2 Spaniard allowed his Canadian opponent no room to move, reaching the 4th round in just 77 minutes with his 8th match victory in a row at the event. Third-seeded Yannick Sinner earned his 17th straight match victory with the defeat of Leonard Struff, while 5th seed Russian Andrei Rublev was sent packing by Czech 32nd seed Yuri Lihika. Italian Yannick Sinner needed just 74 minutes to get past German Struff by 6-3 and 6-4. Now, he who is placed at as the lowest seeded player on the men's side at 32 right now, took advantage of 2 of his 4 break chances to win by 6-4, 6-4 and eventually advance to the round of 16 clash. Real Madrid moved a step closer to regaining Spain's La Liga title as they thrashed Rafael Benitez's Celta Vigo side to restore a 7-point lead. Without the suspended Jude Bellingham, Madrid led with Vinicius Jr. stabbed in from close range after his first effort was blocked by Celta keeper. It was the least Carlo Ancelotti's side deserved after a dominant first half. The hosts were sloppier after the break to the frustration of the Bernabeu fans, but Celta were unable to take the advantage. Madrid missed chances through Rodrigo and Brahim's Diaz before they wrapped the game with 3 goals in the final 11 minutes. So that was a quick wrap from the world of sports. Back to Gautam.
Thank you, Deepika. And that's all for this moment in this edition of DD India News Hour as well. But let us know your thoughts of the news about the day. You can connect with us on Facebook, X, as well as Instagram. We'll be back with more news and updates as I break here on DD India. I'm Gautam Roy, and from all of us here in Delhi, thanks for watching DD India News Hour.